Hello. So today we're going to crush self doubt and silence your inner critic. It's useful to think of ourselves as having different parts. There's always a part of us that keeps us going, even if it's not that loud or obvious. You've got that part, and it's why you're here. You keep showing up, breathing, and moving forward. But then there's that other part, the inner critic. For most of us, that part is louder. Humans are wired this way. Over the course of evolution, caution and fear helped keep us alive. Our brains aren't built to make us happy, it's to protect us. And that's why thinking positively feels like taking the back roads while thinking negatively runs on a superhighway. It's not your fault. But here's the good news. This kind of therapy, using eye movements, makes deep changes that can reroute those mental highways. Today, we're going to work with these different parts of you. We'll focus on the inner critic, whether it's a voice in your head or someone from your past who planted that critical seed. You'll interact with it and either change your relationship with it or let it go. If this session is helpful, you can always return to it and deal with other voices or memories. So let's start by checking in with yourself. All right, that's good. I always start every session with a quick little warm up for people to just kind of get situated, get themselves mentally prepared. And of course, you want to make sure that your head is close enough so that your eyes are moving pretty much all the way back and forth as you watch the ball. So, for our first set of eye movements, I'd like for you to think back to your past. Who has been critical of you? Who's judged you or made you feel small? Do you have somebody in mind? If not, then focus on what it feels like when your inner critic is at its worst. So I want you to feel good, of course, but we do need to get in touch with these painful feelings. So I'd like for you to just do that again, but feel that experience fully. The more difficult and painful it is, the better it'll help you. And please don't shy away from it. You're safe here. All right, take a deep breath. That was actually the hardest part. So let's make you help you to feel better. Please picture your favorite place or person or memory, anything that brings you comfort, and see if you can dial down your negative emotions to comfort yourself. All right. So, I want to be the opposite of your critic. You're here because you're smart enough to address your psychology, and I think that's worth celebrating. So let's go ahead. Pat yourself on the back for this decision, knowing that you're on the right track. So let's go ahead and imagine that this program really does work for you and it makes deep changes in your subconscious. How would that help you? How would it help anybody else that you care about? Go ahead and think about that now. All right. So I designed this so that if you have more than one person in your life who has been critical, you can address this each time with each person. And then, of course, if you just have your inner voice, I would like for you to do that as well. So this is meant for multiple uses. And I'd like for you to revisit whichever critic you're thinking of today and imagine that you could show that person the effects that it's had on you or show your inner critic what how it really does affect you and picture it seeing the hurt that it's caused. All right, good. I hope they were able to take that in, but I would like for you to now engage with that person or whatever. Talk to the critic. What would you want to say? What would you want to hear? Okay, I'd like for you to ask yourself, is your critic well meaning but maybe misguided? If so, let's see if you can come to an understanding. If it's not well meaning, if it really does want to hurt you, then go ahead and deal with it. Tell it off, push it away, punch it in the face. You can kill it. I mean, it's your imagination, so you can do what you need to do. Good job. I hope that you didn't have to kill or be too violent with your critic, but maybe you found out that your critic is trying to help you, but it's not doing a good job. Whatever happens though is you got to do what you got to do. And what I love most about this therapy is that I'm not making any changes to your subconscious. I'm just creating the conditions for you to do that yourself. So what I'd like for you to do this time is to soothe yourself and to help yourself feel better. And I'd like for you to try to picture your trading as a building. And what would it be like? What would it feel like if you were to strengthen its foundation to make it even stronger than it is? So, what really gives your critic energy is fear. So, I'd like for you to try to get in touch with what is it that you're usually afraid of? Picture the worst case scenario and Ask yourself, would you really let it get that catastrophic for yourself or your family? Go ahead and indulge yourself and really just play it out. What would happen? What's the worst that could possibly happen? And then take it another step further. Now, what I hope happened was that you realized that your worst fears aren't exactly that well founded, that it wouldn't get that bad. If you didn't get to that get there, then try it again, please. Um, but usually that is what happens is, when we have all these thoughts that are just swimming around in our head and all these fears, and then when you take a different look at it, like when your eyes are moving back and forth, we're really we're having both sides of the brain communicate with each other much more than they usually do, and you get this perspective. So I would really like for you to try to come to grips with what really is that bad that's been scaring you. All right. So now take those catastrophes, take that critic and place them into one image, like one picture, and then use the ball to either erase it as you go back and forth or use it as a paintbrush and use whatever color you want, as much paint as you need. And if you need to do it more than once, then please go ahead. Let's just get rid of it. All right. Now let's change the critic. So I'd like for you to transform it into a voice of caution. It's well-meaning though, and it's supportive. It's a voice that keeps you safe without draining your energy. So you could picture it as a person or a thing or a character or whatever, but also hear it as you are moving your eyes. Hear the voice supporting you. Okay, now let's get in touch with somebody else. That's that part of you that keeps going, the part that drives you to trade, the part that wants to live. What does that part look like? Well, in my opinion, you have to admit that your doer is very strong and brave. I mean, you hear that statistic about the 95% not making money, but still you are daring to do this. And just that is awesome. I mean, seriously, that's really amazing. All right, so like try to just congratulate yourself even for just being here. Okay, now I'd like for you to picture yourself at a table with both of these parts of you, the voice of caution and the doer. Or you can imagine them on your shoulders like an angel and a devil, but it's not like the devil's bad. He's just trying to help you out, but he's kind of got a negative message. Anyway, I'd like for you to talk to them. What would you want to say? What would you want to hear? How would you like them to interact with you and each other? Like, just picture it, see what happens. All right, let's go a step further to taking it into practice. So let's have you imagine yourself making a trade and get input from both voices. Picture yourself making a decision that feels balanced and informed, and you don't even have to think that much about it. It feels right. All right, deep breath. You're doing great. Now picture yourself feeling satisfied with your choice. You know that trading is about probabilities and that anything can happen. But if you feel good about what you can control, you won't need to second guess yourself. All right. Imagine a beautiful water fountain and it's overflowing with whatever it is you need. It could be peace, clarity, confidence, whatever it is. Go ahead and drink from it and drink all you need and take a water bottle so that you can have it for later. So go ahead. All right. Very good. Now picture a beautiful bridge to the future. Cross over it and notice how it feels to be confident. Okay, very good. Now let's practice. Just picture yourself sitting down for a trading session and enjoy what it feels like to approach trading with your eyes wide open. All right, take one last deep breath. You have made incredible progress. The foundation you've built here today will help you approach trading with confidence and comfort. And of course, it may be just the beginning of building that foundation. You can use this session as many times as you want. And I hope you really do enjoy it. Take care.